got a fun-packed day today, and welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Katie Stazak, and boy, it is a beautiful day in South Florida. Fast main track, firm turf course. Hold on to your hats. We got some jackpot guarantee in the Rainbow Six. It starts in race number 6, and there you see it. $500,000 jackpot guarantee in that pool, Katie, and that means they're going to be sending it in today.
They are going to be sending it in. They bet another $100,000 or so into it yesterday, and we had everything working. Had one single, didn't come through, so now we got this nice pool today, and can't even fathom how high this is going to get if nobody keeps hitting this.
Yeah, I mean, it's on its way up, and it's funny when it gets up over this, like $500,000 and more. I just start getting texts and emails and tweets from all around the country. Hey, when's the mandatory bet? What's going on here? So the interest just keeps building and building. And before we get into Saturday's great card, we're going to see what's out there in the Tweetosphere. And the one we want to talk about is a horse that ran pretty good yesterday, Acapulco in England.
Yeah, Wesley Ward took on, like this says here at this tweet, a massive test, sent a 2-year-old filly to run against older horses. We wouldn't even imagine this here in the United States. Over to run at York, Acapulco was second to actually another filly, but an older filly, and a very great effort. So kudos to Wesley Ward for taking that chance, and a very respectable effort from Acapulco.
And ridden by our one and only Edgar Prado, right?
Oh, Irad Ortiz rode this one. Our Edgar Prado was riding Wesley Ward's Finnegan today.
That's what
up at York.
Yeah, that's right. This was Irad Ortiz. So they're over in England, and that was a great performance. Another thing, someone that works with us each and every day here, one of our buddies, and that is Abigail Fuller, Abby Fuller, as we know her, who was the jockey of my Mom's Command. She's going to be giving out the trophy today in that race up at Saratoga.
This is so cool. Abby's such a great ambassador for the sport here at Gulfstream. We're lucky to have her. We talked a little bit about a great long-form feature that was written about her journey with Mom's Command a little bit earlier in the summer, but she's on hand at Saratoga for the Grade 1 Alabama today. Going to be representing Gulfstream and representing Mom's Command when giving out the trophy to the winner of the Alabama. Very cool. And
she works here each and every day, so you can, if you see her around, say hello to her when she gets back from this great task she has up there at Saratoga, and talk to her about Mom's Command, especially if you're a fan. I know that I won the Philly Triple Crown back in the day. The third pick I want to talk about, our sister track Laurel is running today, and there's a horse, a Diamondback Fire, a 2-year-old, is going to run up in Laurel today.
It's Maryland Pride Day up at Laurel, and this is a really intriguing horse. This horse was foaled at the University of Maryland as a part of their undergraduate equine studies program. The first to be foaled there in nearly 30 years. Looks like the program is up and coming. All the students really hands-on with this horse in the foaling and early on. So really cool story, very cool program, and we'll see how it runs today.
Yeah, we'll be watching that, and that's at our sister track Laurel today. And a fun day up there. They have a $50,000 guarantee in the Rainbow Six, a 10-cent wager up there in the Pig 5. And here's the best part. They're all turf races, so it should be a fun day of wagering up there.
And they're giving away King Leatherberry shirts. I saw them. They have ties on them. They are pretty cool. Reminds me of these shirts we used to wear at UM with Coach Al Golden. We call them Fear the Tie shirts. Pretty cool. You're up there. Go and enjoy Maryland Pride Day.
Gabby, you get that? Send us down to Gabby Gaudet if you're listening. Send a couple down to me and Katie, would you please? Let's get right into Saturday's card. 1 mile and 1/16th on the turf. Claimers 3 and up. Non-winners of a race on the turf since February 22nd. That is 6 months. Scratch the 9, 10, and the number 11. And please note the number 2 horse in here is going to race with blinkers off. And Katie, you went with the number 7 horse who I have in second, and that is Angels C.
Starting the day with a flipped exacta here, Ron. I gave the edge to Angel C from the Howard Mills barn. He's hit the board in 3 straight starts. He's seemingly found the appropriate level for him here at this $8,000 claiming level. He's been beaten less than 2 lengths in his last 2 starts. Most recently came just a neck from second. Again, similar here on August 6th, but the 8 gifted ruler also makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I just went, I looked, he had 9 races. We're talking about Angel C, had 9 races, he had no wins. So I just gave the slight edge to the 8 gifted ruler. He's dropping to this $8,000 condition claiming level. Set the pace last time out. Weekend finished, weekend late in that race to to finish third, beating a length against 12-5 type. So I just thought the drop in competition, but I'm thinking we have the exact, the right way there, you know, if you box it up in the first race. I closed it out with the 3, Farley's Mandate, and you went with the number 6 horse in there. So let's go to race 2 today. 5.5 furlongs. These are 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3 races in life, or 3-year-olds, $6,250. I went with the number 5, Pachanga Party, who you did not use on your ticket. You went with the horse I have in second, and that is number 8, Aquapalito. I went with the 5, Pachanga Party. I'll tell you why. Turning back to 5.5 today. Stalked the pace last time out, 3 wide, finished 4th. That was against 12-5. Condition claim is going 3/4 of a mile. It was on a wet track, listed as good. Just thought maybe this horse would run well in there, and he's second choice on the board. And the horse that is favored on the morning line is the horse we both have. I have in second, you have on top.
Not Acapulco from the Wesley Ward Barn. Acapulquito. This one is a 4-year-old gelding. I just love his record at this distance. A win in 2 seconds from 3 starts, going 5.5 furlongs. Made the turf to dirt move last time out. Dueled on the lead and was second best. That was on July 31st. Thought he was very well spotted today.
You know, in the number 7, I really didn't know what to do because this horse is actually skipping a condition today. He still has only that 1 victory. So he's stepping up. He turning back to 5.5 furlongs. He dueled for the lead. He flattened out. He finished 4th. That was against 12-5. 2 lifetime claimers going 6 furlongs. So I just thought maybe this was a little bit of a step up for him, but looking at the past performances of the other horse in the race, I think he has a shot.
I absolutely think he figures. I used him as well. He has taken a slight drop in terms of numbers from a tag perspective, and he's run well at the distance, so definitely has a shot.
Well, let's go to race number 3 today. We're on the turf. 7.5 furlongs, maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up, $16,000. 7 runners will be in the field, and both Katie and I have the number 7, and that is hard to picture on our ticket.
No questions here. Hard to picture, I think, is the filly to beat in here. This is from the Michael Petro barn. The beaten favorite last time out, but really ran a respectable race. Dueled to the wire, finished 3rd, was only beaten a length against $20,000 maiden claimers on August 9th. She's really shown significant improvements since adding the blinkers, and I think everything's going to come together for her today.
Well, the aptly named number 3, Sensational Saturday, is dropping another drop into the $16,000 level after a 3-wide trip last time out. Produced a 4th place finish behind the aforementioned hard to picture. We're in total agreement here. We also have the number 5, Minnie Ashley, in 3rd.
Well, this one's actually taken a little bit of a step up, but really more of a lateral move, turned in a career best effort last time out.
Well, our 4th race today is our feature race of the afternoon. 6 furlongs, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, $75,000. It's the Gold Mover. 1 jockey change in here. I don't think Edgar Prado could make it back from England in time. And number 3 will be ridden by Emiciel Jaramillo. And we want to go back and show you a horse that, if you don't love this horse or the connections, there's something wrong with you, and that's Flutterby.
Absolutely. This filly here is just sensational. Her whole story and even the way she's been running. This is from the Grade 2 Princess Rooney on Summit of Speed Day. Flutterby has the lead in this race. She's only going to relinquish it to Merry Meadow, a multiple graded stakes winning filly who is certainly bound for the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. She has been working like a monster since this race, did not disgrace herself on this occasion, and the horse that's going to finish just behind her, that's Kiss to Remember, who would come back to win the Monroe handicap here and is going to run in the Grade 1 Ballerina next week.
And I think she blew out in 34 flat in preparation for this. The thing we're talking about, the trainer in here, Jerry Bozzo, 94 years young. What a great story, and he's a great guy. He went to MIT, I believe, and all that. Great story written by our own Ed Gray. If you go onto the Gulfstream website, check it out. This guy is so interesting, and how could you not root for a 94-year-old to win our feature race of the afternoon?
Yeah, and he's even writing his own book. This guy has done it all.
You know, behind that, I found it very hard to find the horses that were going to run 2nd and 3rd. I went with Celebrity Star, who's the number 7, stretching out to 3/4 on the main track. Returned from the layoff to finish 2nd on the turf. It was the 5 furlong Bugambia. Dave Casson just having a great summer here. Manny Aguilar handling this as a previous stakes winner on the dirt. So I thought this horse was a logical horse to be in 2nd. You went with the number 2 horse in here, and that is Ultimate Chopper.
Well, talk about a barn having a great summer, the Ralph and Nick's barn. This one's going to return to South Florida after finishing 5th in the Grade 2 Honorable Miss up at Saratoga in July. But prior to that, she was a pretty impressive allowance winner here, and that was in her debut for the Nick's barn, and it came off a 3-month layoff. Blinkers added today. We'll see if she can rebound.
Yeah, we both used the 3. DeCinta in 3rd, who's making a 3rd start of her current form cycle. She chased the pace and faded. That was in the Grade 3 Azalea. So I think that horse behind Flooded By, it's wide open. But boy, I said this on the radio this morning thing. I'm rooting for her. I don't care what happens. It's just a great performance. Plus, she's the one to beat. And she's not in the Rainbow Six sequence. When we get to that, it's not going to be easy for you to take down that $500,000 today. Race number 5, the penultimate race before the Rainbow Six, is 5 furlongs on the turf. Maiden claim is 3 and up, $12,500. Scratch the horse on the outside, number 10, Pure Talent. I went with the 1 horse who you have in 3rd, and I want to tell you about this horse. And this one is Radamel, Depart from the Rail. Look at the fractions this horse set last time out. 21 and 2. 44 and 3 before getting caught late and finishing 2nd against Similar at the distance. The trainer is Victor Barboza Jr., and he's got 7-pound apprentice John Cruz. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and it's not really a big limb to say that this horse is going to break from the inside and be on the engine playing Catch Me If You Can.
They're going to have to catch him, and like you said, getting in light with John Cruz, so that's going to help a whole lot.
But you did go with the number 7, Dr. J. Dub, and the logical choice, especially now. I don't know if you had the number 10 on your ticket. I did not.
I did have the 10 on my ticket. That I ended up adding Radamel to the ticket, who I did not have on originally. But Dr. J. Dub, I just think this is a horse that has shown a vast improvement since switching to the turf course. He's finished 2nd and 3rd in his 2 starts on grass, both at this distance. Gets leading rider Tyler Gaffleone. I just thought he figured in this race. But I think our top 3, we have the same 3 horses. I wouldn't be surprised if any of them won.
Well, number 5, Super Secret, who we both have in 2nd, and I'm sure Katie has it for the same reason. This one could end up sitting the winning trip. There is a lot of speed in this race. This one's broke from post 10, rallied 4 wide to finish 2nd at this level and distance. And I think the faster they go up front, the better it'll be for this son of Yes by Jiminy. I just think the race sets up perfectly for a horse like that.
Yeah, Misael Jaramillo is going to get the ride back today. He rode a closer yesterday in the last race that wasn't even in the picture until the stretch, in mid-stretch, and came for the win. Got the right rider for that today.
Well, let's go to race number 6, and this is where the Rainbow Six does kick in. And as we mentioned, $500,000 jackpot guaranteed, 5 furlong, maiden special weight, 2-year-olds, jockey change on the 7, make the rider Pedro Cato Jr. We want to go back and show you the performance. The horse I have in top, Katie has in 2nd, and that is Graphite Strike.
Well, I can see why you have this horse on top, and I'm trying to beat him, but he ran a very nice race last time out. Duels in the stretch. You see he's the 6th horse here. He's going to finish 2nd to a very talented young horse named Bullet Gone Astray, who would go on to dominantly win a stakes race in his next start.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I put him on the ticket, just for that reasoning there. But I could know, who'd you go with on top of your ticket in here?
I went with Ralph Nix and Tyler Gaffleone. I had to. You can't leave this team off right now. They've got the 3, Eric's Talisman. Ralph Nix winning at a 29% clip with his 2-year-olds. This is a gelded son of Repent. Not known to have the most precocious of runners, but just have to go with the barn, and 8 very strong works on record, including a 5 furlong move in 59 and 3 on August 9.
And number 1, Legend Keeper, is going to wear blinkers today after finishing 3rd and 2nd, respectively, in a pair of maiden special weight races at 4.5 furlongs. This horse has really done nothing wrong yet. I mean, it always seems to be there at the wire.
Hasn't done anything wrong and should appreciate that extra 16th of a mile today.
The other horse that I use is on the outside. Is I think 12 to 1 on the morning line is Cotton Colors. This is a $145,000 son of High Cotton, debuting for Angel Penna Jr., but I like the workout pattern. A series of really solid works up at our training facility at Palm Meadows. The Colt starts his campaign. He's got Lasix, Eddie Castro in the saddle. A little bit of a sneaky there. The Rainbow Six, I think you got to go a little deep in that race to get started.
Absolutely. You never know with the 2-year-olds. A star can always emerge that you didn't think.
Yeah, but boy, hard to leave anything that Ralph Nick sends to post in the 2-year-old race at this meeting, especially when you're doing these multiple wagers. Let's go right to race 7. 5 furlongs on the turf, maiden special weight, 2-year-olds, and we're going to have 8 runners going to the post. I want to go back and show you the performance of a horse that you have right on top, and no, you don't have the 2 on top. You got Exactor and the Kid. We're going to show you Besame, right?
Yes, I think this is a horse that you should have somewhere on the ticket. Didn't put him on top, but thought this start was worth showing. Here's Besame, going to duck in at the start, has a little bit of trouble there, runs directly into the rail, does not break straight in a line, and then he's going to drift out again in the stretch. Watch him here come completely wide, running very greenly, but I expect him to move forward today. He's going to debut for the Antonio Sano barn.
That's the key right there. That
Absolutely.
On fire.
On fire. So I think definitely should be somewhere on the ticket. I see you used him as well, but I had to put Extravagant Kid on top, and you used Bridge of Flowers, who I also use.
Yeah, Bridge of Flowers, the son of War Chant, and right there I paid attention. Turning back to 5/8 and receiving Lasix today after stalking the early pace. I guess apparently bleeding when facing similar, going 2 turns on a firm turf course. Rashawn Creaky, you mentioned the rider just in the last race, Esmiel Jaramillo, quarterbacking what I call a classic turnback move. What caught my eye was War Chant, best breeding, at least as I could see, for the turf in this 5 furlong event on the grass.
I don't mind Lemon Drop Kids that much on the turf, and this Extravagant Kid is by a Lemon Drop Kid stallion, Kiss the Kid, going to debut for Bill Kaplan. Kiss the Kid actually winning at a 24% clip with his turf runners. Kind of a lesser-known stallion there. This one has a very stamina-enhancing work pattern. 3 of his 5 works have been 5 furlongs, so should be ready to go for that distance.
Well, we told you it wasn't going to be easy in the Rainbow Six today, so let's go to race number 8, 6 furlongs, an allowance up to claim it. These are state-bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds, and up $12,500. One scratch in here of number 4, Moonlight Matinee. We're back in agreement now with number 9, Competitive Player, a winner of 50% of her races this year.
Yeah, this horse you have to have somewhere. Did not handle the sloppy track last time out. Never finished in the money in 2 starts on a wet surface, so throw it out. 2 back, she was a strong 2.5 length winner. 4 for 5 in the money at the distance with 3 wins. I've got a Peter Walda Exactor
Yeah,
here.
I was going to say you have the number 2 Distinct Diva in second, another one from the Peter Walda barn, who trains, also trains, as you mentioned, Competitive Player, was given some time off after that 4-wide trip, failed to produce a winning performance. It was back on July 4th. Peter Walda really good with this type of layoff, but I split those 2 with the number 3 horse in here, Katie, Cowtown Spirit. Going to be tested for class today, a first race against winners after that commanding career debut at the distance. She drew off to defeat $20,000 maidens in there. She won the thing by like 5.5 lengths. She was just cruising along. Sandra Silva, Eduardo Nunez in the saddle today. Definitely getting a class check.
Yeah, and a nice little value there at 5-1. I threw in Silver Fog, has had to deal with a wet surface in each of her last 2 starts, but the last time she ran on a fast track, she was 4th behind some quality horses in Moment of Delight, Colt Classic, and recent allowance winner Emerald Citadel. So I think you look a little bit more into that race.
Let's go to our 9th race of the afternoon, and it's a 1-mile turf event. Claimants 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 races in life, $12,500. Jockey change on number 6. Make the rider Pedro Monterrey Jr. and scratch the main track only, number 11. So we'll deal with 10 runners in here. I went with the 4, Katie Bosco Bob's Baby. Say that 5 times fast, stretching out to a mile, stalking the pace between rivals and finishing 3rd. Was only beaten 1.5 lengths. It was against $16,000 2 lifetime runners going 7.5. Pete Wazalik Jr., Luca Panici in the saddle. I'm glad you used this one on your ticket.
Yeah, he's been very respectable in his last 2 races, so I think he's definitely worth a shot in here. I went with the 7 Cathedro. This is a son of Holy Bull. Going to debut as a gelding for Wesley Ward today. Making his first start since February, so a little bit of a question mark there, but he is cutting his tag by more than half from the last time that he ran.
I'm glad you said cutting his tag. I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I was like, uh-oh, we're in big trouble here. I used the number 6, and so did you, and that is Cool Blue. Has its claiming tag sliced in half after returning from an almost a 5-mile front layoff to finish second against $25,000 condition claimers. Going a mile, that was on the grass. Simple handicapping logic to me. This Kelly Jones trainee looks like a major contender against this level of competition. I think you sort of got to have this one on the ticket. We're basically in agreement with our three horses here.
Yeah, that one can really improve off the last effort, especially since it was his first start in more than 4 months.
Yeah, we mentioned the jock change in there to Pedro Monterrey Jr. Race 10, first half of the late daily double. This is 7 furlongs. Claim is 3 and up, $6,250. 12 runners in the field. Jockey change on the 2. Make the rider Jorge Calderon. You went with the number 3 horse in here, who have in third, and that's Smoking the Field.
Rally to get up for second here last time out on August 6th over fellow starter Quiz Wiz, who we both also used. Just thought he should really appreciate the extra furlong today for Gilberto Zerpa. 10 for 19 in the money at the distance with 2 wins. But here again, I think these 3 horses, I could see any of them winning. That includes the horse I put in third, but that you put right on top, Caminito.
That one changing barns today to Marcial Navarro via the claim. Drops to this level on the main track after making that middle move and fading against $10,000. Claim is going 7.5 on the grass. You know the exploits of Navarro. Marcial, he's 30% with new claims, 33% with the grass to dirt angle. Eddie Castro atop, the previous winner on the dirt. You mentioned Quiz Wiz. I think these are the 3 right horses, and I use all 3 of these on my Rainbow Six ticket. I think they're the right 3 there.
I would do the same thing.
Let's go to our final race on the Saturday card. Whew, this one is wide open. I had to take a deep breath on this one. We were talking about this over the last couple of days, Katie and I, when we were handicapping, saying, what are you doing? We said, I don't know. This one, 1 mile, maiden claim is 3-year-olds and up $10,000. Jockey on the number 11 horse in here is Luca Panici, and also scratch the number 14. Note the 15 will get in and run, and that's the one that Tyler Gaffleone was originally named on. So he's going there. Luca Panici will ride the 11. After all of that said, Katie and I end up, always happens with the same horse on top.
This horse makes sense. He's dropping down and stretching out. This is infield in his second start for trainer Bernardo Lopez. Probably knows the horse a lot better now. He was 5th in his career debut against $20,000 maiden claimers here on July 30th. Lots of room to improve here, but boy, this is a tough race.
Yeah, I put the 6 in second to Talawa. Merits serious consideration, I think, against this level of competition. Finished second. It was on a sealed, sloppy track, but the horse that I have a lot of interest in, and I couldn't put on top, and I kept going back to him, so glad you have on the ticket, is the number 13, and that is Essenci. I think this horse is going to run very well in this spot.
I agree. I think he has a great shot in here. He's also stretching out to a mile off a 4th place finish when he went 6 furlongs on July 30th. 3 starts back, he went 7 furlongs on the main track, the closest on the main track that'll get to this distance, and he turned in the best race of his career. He was 2nd, should be well suited to this.
Yeah, and that horse came back a repeat winner in a race, and that was Mitos Leyendos, and that horse came back and won. So, and I just kept going back to this horse. Came this close to putting him on top, but when you put your ticket together for either the Super High 5 or the Rainbow Six or the last pick 4, whatever, I think you want to give this horse another serious look.
I completely agree, and you know what? After yesterday, when in the last race we had a horse draw in the AEs and win, you might want to give the 15 a look as well.
Well, the other horse that we used was the 8 there that you used. That's actually the morning line favorite, who I didn't use, who you had on your ticket.
Yeah, well, he's bred for the grass, but he ran some nice races on the main track on the Kentucky circuit over the fall. That's Untie the Knot. 4th at this distance on the grass last time out for Leo Gabriel Jr. Well,
that is Saturday's card as we see it, and I hope you have a great day. Once again, don't forget, $500,000 jackpot guarantee in the Rainbow Six, which starts in race number 6.
That sounds really nice to me.
The Rainbow Six is back, and it's better than ever. Now with a 20-cent base wager, it will expand the market for the popular bet. And in addition to doubling